Transformers Rise of the Beast, the seventh live-action Transformers film. This one is a prequel to the Michael Bay Transformers films in sorts. It is also a sequel to Bumblebee in sorts. It's kind of a reboot of the franchise, a reinvigoration, if you will. It's directed by Stephen Caple Jr., who has directed films such as Creed 2. This film stars Anthony Ramos, who is one of the leads in Hamilton. And let's just get into my review. For those who do not know me, my name is Ben Friedman, here from the Beniverse Movie Channel. I am a film critic for such publications as Highbrow Magazine. And Transformers is a weird franchise for me in the sense that I have no attachment to the toys, but I did see the Michael Bay Transformers film in 2007 at the age of like 9. So there is a little bit of a nostalgic element for me with this movie. And before going much into this film, I do want to just say I have been apologetic for these live action Transformers films. I think 3, if not even 4 of the Michael Bay films are good. I think Revenge of the Fallen is very flawed and probably more bad than good. And I think Last Night is absolutely garbage. I think Bumblebee is a really strong entry. Going into this Rise of the Beast movie, I thought the trailers looked horrible. I had no excitement for this movie. I got an early screening to see this movie, so I decided to see Transformers Rise of the Beast. I didn't know it was directed by Stephen Caple Jr., who, like I said, directed Creed 2, a movie that I quite like. And going into this movie, the few questions that I had was, can Anthony Ramos lead a franchise? And 2, are the Transformers films relevant? The answer that I came out of after watching this movie was to the first one. Can Anthony Ramos lead this franchise? The answer is yes. And is the Transformers film still relevant? I had fun with this movie, and so did my audience. So maybe these films are not obsolete just yet. Let's just jump into Transformers Rise of the Beast, which I'm not even going to describe the plot because who cares? But it brings forth all of the great Transformers characters, including Optimus Prime, Bumblebee. We now have the addition of a new Transformer voiced by Peter Dinklage, named Scourge, who is the villain, as well as a new Transformers hero in Mirage, who is voiced by Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson, I actually think in this movie is quite good, and he delivers much of the fun of this movie. I think he and Ramos have a very good relationship on screen, and that is able to bring this movie to just a type of energy and momentum that it always kind of just keeps throughout this film. I did not find Transformers Rise of the Beast to be necessarily exhilarating as some of the earlier Transformers live action installments. I think Stephen Caple Jr. is a very good director, and I think he also has some limitations. And the budget / budgetary restraints are within this film. I don't think the action looks incredible throughout this film. I think it's actually quite bland and formulaic in certain scenes where there is just a CGI mess on screen. There's also a lot of lore going on. I couldn't follow any of it. I didn't understand what was going on in this film. However, I did care about Optimus Prime. I did care about Bumblebee. I did care about Mirage. I did care about Anthony Ramos's character. And thus, there was enough for me to grab onto while watching this movie. I think the big pro, if you're going into this Transformers film, is do you care about what is going on the screen? And for the most part, in a 2-hour and 15-minute film, I actually found myself caring for what was going on screen. And that is a huge benefit to the film, that I actually cared about these characters enough. I think the film gets better as it goes along as well. I think the third act is actually pretty fun, and there are certain scenes of good action throughout that third action set piece. This film, for some reason, is set in the 1990s, being a sequel to Bumblebee, but again, a prequel to the Transformers films, directed by Michael Bay. That means that this film heavily relies on 90s nostalgia, including just some crazy hip-hop needle drops, some of them that I found absolutely ridiculous. However, I cannot deny that the music's catchy. So there is a level of excitement when a certain needle drop comes on and a certain rapper, specifically in the third act, a rapper his song starts playing, and there is a level of enjoyment that I got out of it. Even if it was a little cheap and hollow, there was an absolute kind of fun blast to it, and it kept the film feeling very breezy. I can't necessarily say that this is a great film. However, if you like Transformers punching other robots, I definitely had my fair share of fun watching this movie. And like I said, I think the relationship between Pete Davidson and Anthony Ramos is quite good. I think Anthony Ramos delivers a lot of the heart to this movie, and I think Pete Davidson delivers a lot of the comedy that actually works in this film. I think there is enough going for this film's favor that I'd say soft but solid recommendation for me. I'm giving Transformers Rise of the Beast 3 out of 5 stars. If you like this review, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel for more reviews. My name is Ben Friedman. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.